Amplified Bible Classic Edition AMPC. Luke 15. Now the tax collectors and notorious, especially wicked sinners, were all coming near to Jesus to listen to him. And the Pharisees and the scribes kept muttering and indignantly complaining, saying, This man accepts and receives and welcomes permanently wicked sinners and eats with them. So he told them this parable. What man of you is he has 100 sheep and should lose one of them, does not leave the 99 in the wilderness desert and go after the one that is lost until he finds it? And when he has found it, he lays it on his own shoulders, rejoicing. And when he gets home, he summons together his friends and his neighbors, saying to them, Rejoice with me, because I have found my sheep which was lost. Thus I tell you, there will be more joy in heaven over one especially wicked person who repents, changes his mind, abhorring his errors and misdeeds, and determines to enter upon better course of life, than over 99 righteous persons who have no need of repentance. Or what woman having 10 silver drachmas, each one equals a day's wages, if she loses one coin, does not light a lamp and sweep the house and look carefully and diligently until she finds it? And when she has found it, she summons her women, friends, and neighbors, saying, Rejoice with me, for I have found the silver coin which I had lost. Even so I tell you, there is a joy among and in the presence of the angels of God over one especially wicked person who repents, changes his or her mind for the better, heartily amending his or her ways with abhorrence of his or her past sins. And he said, There was a certain man who had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the part of the property that falls to me. And he divided the estate between them. And not many days after that, the younger son gathered up that he had journeyed into a distant country, and there he wasted his fortune in reckless and loosed for restrained living. And when he had spent all he had, a mighty famine came upon the country, and he began to fall behind and be in want. So he went and glued himself upon one of the citizens of that country, who sent him into the fields to feed hogs. And he would gladly have fed on and filled his belly with the carob pods that the hogs were eating, but they could not satisfy his hunger, and nobody gave him anything better. And when he came to himself, he said, How many hired servants of my father have enough food, and even food to spare, but I am perishing, dying here of hunger. I will get up and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Just make me like one of your hired servants. So he got up and came to his own father, but while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was moved with pity and tenderness for him. And he ran and embraced him and kissed him fervently. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight. I no longer worthy to be called your son. I no longer deserve to be recognized as your son of yours. But the father said to the bondservants, Bring quickly the best robe, the festive robe of honor, and put it on him, and give him a ring for his hand and sandals for his feet. And bring out the fattened calf, and kill it, and let us revel and feast to be happy and make merry. Because this is my son, was dead and is alive again. He was lost, and it is found. and they began to revel and feast and make merry. But his older son was in the field. And as they returned and came near his house, he heard music and dancing. And having called one of the servant boys to him, he began to ask what this meant. And he said to him, Your brother has come, and your father has killed what wheat, fattened calf, because he has received him back safe and well. But the eldest brother was angry in deep-seated wrath and resolved not to go in. Then the father came out and began to plead with him. But his answered his father, Look, there are many years I have served you, and I have never disobeyed your command. But you never gave me so much as a little kid, that I might revel and feast in the happy and make merry with my friends. But when this son of yours arrived, who has devoured your estate with immoral women, you have killed for him the wheat fattened calf. And the father said to him, Son, you are always with me, and all that is mine is yours. But it was fitting to make merry, to revel the feast, and rejoice, for his brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.